I use Coinbase to buy and sell crypto. And I also use the Coinbase wallet. I learned a lot. I understand on chain, off chain. But I'll start off with this. I started on April 18th. I started withdrawing funds, moving crypto around from my cold wallets, from my Coinbase wallet, from other wallets that I had, and I transferred it to my Coinbase. And I did so because I wanted to bang out a credit card, bad debt. And this is the kickoff of my new way of life. And it had to be done. It's all good. So let me share with you why I did what I did and all the things that I learned. Get in the know because there's a lot of changes about to happen. Get ready to upgrade your on-chain experience. This is in my Coinbase account in the back end. We are making trading, lending, and borrowing more powerful than ever by integrating on-chain tools. Clear your Web3 wallet by June 30th. Send your assets to your Coinbase balance and or a self-custody wallet to avoid any losses. So that's what I did. I didn't realize I made the right decision transferring what I own on my Coinbase wallet, the coins, and I transferred it to a cold storage wallet. I got through it, but by the time I was finished, I knew that was the right move to make. Why do I say that? When done, deactivate your wallet. Make sure all your tokens, NFTs, and DeFi positions have been sent out beforehand. So the point is, they want you to close your wallet. Get free Coinbase One for 2 months. Enjoy zero trading fees on up to $10,000 a month. A spread applies, and more for 2 months when you deactivate. That's keyword there. Deactivate your Web3 wallet. I'm sure there are many ways for people to buy off-chain, decentralized. Oh, I get it. Me moving all that money around, I probably spent at least 10 hours in the past week figuring out, going through the motions. All of a sudden, I have I think 4. Why can't I move those? They're linked to the Web3. Why can't I get that on Coinbase? Why can't I do that? I was able to move it to my cold storage wallet. Now, I could have pressed the link and had Coinbase transfer, and I'm really happy I didn't. Why? I live in New York. I'm limited. Caleb and Brown, I'm not allowed to use. I can't use iTrust Capital yet. Uphold. Oh, there's so many other things that New Yorkers are not allowed to do. We're not allowed to get ahead. That's how I feel. Oh, especially after understanding. I probably made in 10 hours at least 40 transactions because I was scattered all over the place. I needed to regroup, put everything together, make that decision to bang out that bill, and I'm starting over. And I set everything up differently that I'm going to earn free crypto. I'm still earning free crypto. I already bought $10 worth of XLM today. I'm starting over. I had to do what I had to do. I sold that much XRP. Everything else I sold. Oh, except for there was 4 that I cannot sell because I'm a New Yorker. I only can use Gemini. I didn't, maybe I did try Gemini. I did a lot of work. I learned a lot. And Coinbase. And I couldn't get that on to withdraw. So I left it there. And I believe in those utility projects. Futuristic, 0.0012, 0.0003. And I know what I bought now. And I will be buying more I don't want to close that Web3 wallet until June 30th. I'm going to use it a few times because that's the only way I know that I could buy those, fractions of pennies utility cryptocurrencies that I believe in. Their purpose, they have purpose, their use case for the future. I get it. I want to buy more. Of course I do. I want to see if I can get them up in the 100,000s, like 100,000. I own 100,000. I wonder if I can do that because they're so cheap and I believe in them. That's the only way I know how to get them right now. I'm sure there are other ways, maybe overseas accounts and, crypto exchanges. I'm getting there. But right now that works for me. I'll be using it. I'm really grateful I didn't close it. So that I learned.
We are Ninja Nation, and we're absolutely going to crush it. And you want to learn about decentralized finance? Because the banks are trying really hard to get enough regulations in to where you can't own these projects without them having their hands in the cookie jar. That is the plan. They want to take a portion of your wealth. They've already done it with your 401k, with stocks, with everything over the last, 50 years to 100 years. They have put in enough regulations to take enough of the pie to where it keeps you just thinking you're rich enough, but you're really still a slave. If you want to learn about these decentralized finance projects,
The Economic Ninja is one of many that sells courses and he teaches people. Check out his channel if you want to learn more. This is your chance to get ahead in life. Reorganizing all my investments, paying off that big credit card debt. I was going to get clobbered, but I borrowed that a year and a half ago so I could buy the XRP that I own. Now, I only sold that much because I just wanted to pay it off completely. I'm still going to become a millionaire because of that, and I still have a ways to go investing. But I learned, it was an eye-opener. A lot of change is about to happen. And Coinbase trying to get you to close your Web3 wallet fast, deactivate it, close it down quick. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. They want you to click that button and they would have sent everything over to your account. I'm really happy I didn't go down that path. Now, I've been teaching myself how to do my own taxes. I completed my own taxes. If you watch my videos, I do give an inside view of what I did. I told the TurboTax. I was asked when I came to the crypto part, these transactions, we need to know what they are. And a handful of them were buys, but the other 90% was rewards. And I had to tell the program, these are rewards. If you follow me, I'm all about the Coinbase Visa debit card. And today, I use Gemini credit card, and I'm paying it off as I go along because I'm earning free crypto. That was a part of my adjusting because I want to earn other crypto, and they give a lot more choices on Gemini. So hearing that today, and I already knew it, I said, they're taking away, they want to make sure that they have a hold on everything that you're doing with your investments. I believe that's what that's about. They want to improve your on-chain experience. Everyone's going to be on-chain. Everybody. People who don't even know that they're already on the blockchain, that they're already being trained to be on-chain. Do you hear me? Too much of a coincidence because they sent that notice to me the day after I took off the Web3 from my TurboTax because it was causing a problem. And I said, it's because it's decentralized. Where I connected my Coinbase to TurboTax, it was no problem. And they said, what are these? You have to define what they are. What kind of transaction was this? 90% of them was rewards. Coinbase Visa debit card. I learned a lot, a real lot. It was worth it. Between my taxes and all those transactions I made, in the past 2 weeks, I spent at least 25 hours alone. But I also learned, I really understand how to use the next monetary system. And I also understand networks. That's on that network. That's on that network. Why won't that move? And I put it together. Blockchains, networks. I mean, they know. So the world's going to change this year. People just don't know it. This is your last chance. I'm doing it, and I see it because I'm actually doing it, and it's right in my face. They're going to make your on-chain experience better. Well, of course they are. They want control of your money.
Some money to hopefully open up a food truck in the future. And I think that is really smart. You know, she's probably going to do much better with that food truck than anything else, because being a small business owner and working for yourself, not only are you taking home every dollar that you're earning and working for, but it's just a whole new level of self-satisfaction that you don't get working for somebody else. So good for her.
It's all about satisfaction, purpose, meaning waking up in the morning and being more eager to live your life and do your thing, where for many years I forced myself to be something I wasn't for a long time, out of going to give another channel a shout out, and I'll talk about that in a moment, but I am going to share something personal, because when I listen to the Economic Ninja today, he often says, "You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone." I am alone. I'm not surrounded by, you know what? A doctor helped me with a treatment, and I'll see him again. He dabbles in crypto, and we've had a few really good, great conversations. There's a woman that works at one of the fast food places. Her name is Susan. Every now and then I see her. She thanks me all the time because she uses Coinbase. And she's really trying hard to understand what cold storage wallets are. I do have I call her a neighbor friend, even though she's on where I used to live. She dabbles a little bit. She has that. And someone else will come to mind that I actually know in person, that they have a little bit. They don't have what I have, but well, maybe the doctor does. But the other two, at least they're in it. They understand it a little bit. I'm going to share something personal. It's very upsetting for and I used to be ashamed, not look people in the eye. It's all how you're raised, all about the environment. It's how you're raised, which leads you to an environment that you don't need to be a part of. You think that's normal, and it's not normal. It's dysfunctional. And downplaying someone's hard work. I've been working since I was 11 in a real restaurant. Child slave, labor. And before that, I was a babysitter. And before that, I started very, very young. So I've had a few people get wise with me. They're trying to push my buttons. They're trying to downplay my, all the skills I've developed, all the things I've achieved in the past 15 years, and how I have changed. Oh, and the healing. The healing really upsets people the most, because they're angry because they're not getting over something. That's not my problem. And I don't even care if you're my mother. And it's very close knit who's saying these things to me, telling me, well, I shared some very good news, my credit card. And I finally opened up and shared that. And I said, at one point I was a 60 grand in debt. Nobody knew it. I lived a double life for a long time, and I paid it off, true blue, hard, old-fashioned work while I was developing skills. And people who don't create something from nothing and do it on their own. This was just my path in life. I chose to work for free for a long time. I need to go out and earn money because I have to pay my electric. I have to buy food. I have to live. But then that's exhausting. working for someone else. Oh, and no purpose, no passion, no meaning, like that guy Michael says. Check out his channel. I just liked what he said at that moment, and it's true. You have meaning. It's a whole different zeal for life. It really is. And I actually said that. I was like, you couldn't tell I was unhappy. They liked me because I come from a warped environment. And I thought that was normal. And I was attracted to that in my jobs, thinking that I needed to be needed. And like, I used to have outbursts and I used to get very angry and moody. I don't act like that anymore. And it's because I like who I am. I like what I've become. I like what I've achieved. I mean, even before, like when I was much younger, I made a decision in my 20s not to associate with an extended family because they were abusive. I mean, it's really bad. When I look back, I go, I could never do that to someone. And it hurt me for a little while, but it didn't put out my zeal for life. It didn't put out my shine. It didn't put out the light. And that pisses a lot of people off. And I know it's pissing people off. And I don't even care. And I mean that. I mean, it's very upsetting when your own mother tells you, well, you didn't want to work. She has this thing about, and she's always been this way. You know, unless you go work a job and work for somebody else, you're no good person. And I'm fucking sick of it. And I feel I kept my cool. She knew when I left today. I was annoyed. I expect an apology. This is it. She should have been happy for me. Instead, I read her body language. Instead, she put me down. Instead, she tried to minimize my achievements. Instead, you should have done this. Well, it's because you didn't want to work and you this. And then the more I spoke, she started changing a little bit, but at the moment, she didn't get the rise out of me that she thought she was. And it's boorish, really. It's boorish. So to the people online that say you're not alone, to the people who listen, to the people who follow, if it weren't for you, or it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't be going where I am going, and I'm still waiting for the word on Ripple. I have the certificate. I want to know what's going to happen. I didn't forget about that. I also invested in robotics. I was earning shit money, and I took my last dollar and I put it in. The pain's over with. I own it. Let's see what happens. I'm an early investor, just like I'm doing with the crypto. And I really believe in it. And I'm a gig worker, and I pick up many times. Well, now I'm more of a shopper. I like shopping more. But I've been watching the fast food industry, and I'm telling you, robotics, Meso Robotics is going to be in there. They're going to have that enclosure, and that thing's going to be fry-lating like crazy. Fry-lating. And I saw opportunity. I went for it. What's the worst that can happen? I fail? You know, so what? What are you going to do? I took a chance. So thank you for listening. I am alone, and I'm tired of people trying to make it seem as if, well, you should have done this. And I mean, my mother actually said, why couldn't you do both? Because I said I had to put things on the back burner with my home. And it's a very hard choice. I'm going to work for free, or do I want to clean just to stay here? And maybe for someone else, this is enough. But for me, it's not. This isn't my last chapter. It's just not. And when I finish what I start, what I'm working on, I have to amend my taxes, but it's all good. And I'm getting my 2025 folder ready. Oh, I got off track. Oh, the economic ninja courses that I paid for. I'm ready to study. I'm ready to take notes. I'm ready to learn, and I'm ready to put into action. But I'm working my way there. But it seems like, what do you mean? What are you doing? What do you mean? And it's not just from her. It's from a few people. And you know what? I'm losing respect. That's what this comes down to. And I expect an apology. I'll still be nice, but I expect an apology. because it's not right. It's actually, it's warped, in my opinion. Don't you want me to have more? You liked me that way. Why would you like me that way? I'm much happier now. People don't like it when they watch other people live, to reach their goals and keep flourishing and keep getting better, becoming a better person. I'm not done yet. So thank you, Economic Ninja. I'll be around. Digital Outlook, Michael Berdano. And I'm going to give one more lady a shout out because her video said it all. Her video she uploaded today. I'll just do a screen. Thanks for listening. This is great. I thought I was successful. I was just compliant. My bad. She's a very good speaker. And she's just really good at what she does. She deserves to earn good money from YouTube. She deserves to become, self-employed, flourish, her websites, whatever she got. I'm going to learn more about her. But this was a great video. And after I watched this, I was like, oh my God. That's exactly what I was discussing with my mother. She's just very good at what she does. Laugh Lines and Life Lessons. That's her channel name. Oh boy, I totally forgot to share this with you. This man, holy cow, this is the Staple Crew. Let me share one more thing with you. Listening to that video Sunday, and he mentions that he had a conversation with some people, and he's aware that something's being put into play, that the people who were prevented from buying XRP when the SEC was suing Ripple might be compensated because they were prevented from buying such a valuable asset. And I was one of them. And that's when I started buying a lot of XLM that paid off my debt. That one big credit card. I banged out half my debt. Now I got to work on my car, have a little more. But that's what that man said. It's a father and son. They're farmers, but they are crypto investors. They're visionaries. They see what's going on down the road. They know what's going on. I learn a lot from them too.